As a CSGO player, you always look for details to improve upon. Two things are key for me. One, play. Like, play a lot. Two, look at other players and widen your horizon. Now, this concept has been stuck in my mind dating as far back as April 2019. This not being my comfort zone of content, I never went ahead and created it. Let's change this once and for all. For us, and by us I mean the players that aren't competing in teams, the players that mostly play matchmaking and pickup games, so-called pugs, the approach that pro players show in official matches don't work for a variety of reasons, such as the set defaults, strategies, and setups that you just don't get when you get matched up with random players on the spot. So implementing things from official pro matches into your own game to rank up or regain elo turns out to be rather hard. That's why I thought it's a good idea to study pro players' demos in similar environments, which is FPL. 5 players thrown together and having to showcase their individual things on the fly. Let's see what we can learn from Big XANTARES on D-Dust 2 when he's in one of these situations being thrown into a random team setting in FPL. XANTARES is a beast of a player. His hairline is good. And what becomes apparent is that skins do equal skill. Look at his expensive ruby karambit and the crimson kimono gloves. Now, I'm glad that you asked where you can get skins from.
Kevin, tweet, listen.
Yes?
I'm in desperate need of skins, okay?
Okay.
What website? Where do I go? I need help.
Have you not heard about Skinbaron before?
No?
Well, let me tell you something about it. Skinbaron.com is the marketplace for CSGO skins.
Really? Is it cheap?
It is. It actually is 30% cheaper on average than the Steam market.
30%?
Yes.
It's a lot of money.
A lot of money saved for you. And if
I
you
also support my favorite content creator.
Yes, you do.
Is that what you're telling me?
Yes, if you use the link in the description, I get half of the
In
proceeds.
the
Link in the description.
Say no more. I'm on my way.
Oh, okay, cool. Thank you very much. Go check out Skinbaron Dish. I hope you're going to be happy with your new cool skins.
Oh, I'm getting a dragon law.
Note that over the entire demo that I've watched, you can tell that XANTARES does play without much respect in pugs. He doesn't necessarily peak everything, but he does play very, very, very confident. Which he can do because his aim is just absolutely incredible. I mean, have a look at this pistol round from that specific match that I watched for this video. Honestly, his aim is just boner alert, but anyway, that is not what we're here for. I watched the entire demo of XANTARES playing Dust 2 in that FPL game to find nades, smokes, flashes that you can use on the spot that I deem very helpful for your own games that you could implement straight away. Same goes for a couple of movement tips, tricks, whatnot, whatever you could find with XANTARES, habits, and so forth. A very valuable lesson in round 1 already. Clear all your corners in pugs, as the positioning will rather be random sometimes, so you can never be sure about where people are. If there's no Xbox smoke in middle, so many people are running dry into a setup AWP or any other guy holding there. It actually is fascinating for me at this point. XANTARES, on the other hand, uses his movement to clear that really, really quickly. And he does that on Dust 2 a lot. When in doubt and you still have flashes and 2 smokes, go ahead and do the combo that XANTARES and Kakanito, sorry if I pronounced that wrong, did on short. By throwing the lurk smoke on short, that Kakaniko throws like this, you tuck yourself in that corner, aim on that spot like shown, throw it, XANTARES tucks himself back at the other corner and aims onto the sky like shown. Both smokes out, flash high once, and you can attack the A-bomb site very, very nicely. I think that's worth a try that you can pick up in any game that you get thrown into. When having a long spawn and you know the enemy is heavily contesting it as well, which is the usual default, you can always go ahead and throw this smoke. You run, you wait until your view model hits the door roughly like that, the crosses in between the 2 lines, and then jump throw it. It doesn't have to be 100% accurate, but wherever it lands on that corner, it still does its job that is needed, that nobody can peek you straight into it. Coupled out of a couple of flashes, that smoke is very effective. He also likes to just right click throw a flashbang on the corner down there at long, so in case anyone's peeking it or something, he's going to be blind. It's a small little detail, it doesn't really need any practice or something. It's just up to you in the spot, in the moment, if you want to do it. People just randomly throw their flashes on long that are not really that effective, so I deem this one to be the simplest and the most effective out of many of the other ones. Notice how he's waiting the flashbang off as well. Ladies and gentlemen, don't peek before your smoke or your flashbangs are actually happening. Just wait that second until the smoke bloomed / the flashbang popped to peek. Now here's another situation where he uses his movement to peek the corner. It's a 2v3. He knows that Guardian is roughly on long because of the AWP earlier killing somebody. And he just, he does that. It's a very, very hard shot to hit if you look at it from Guardian's perspective. It's a nice little movement gimmick for a long peek, that's for sure. And it's making it really hard for the enemy to hit. And you can see he instantly takes advantage of the missed shot. All of it based off that small little movement jump. XANTARES also often uses a corner flash for long lined up. It's a very accurate and good flash. You just put your player into the corner as shown, you aim as shown, and then you just jump throw. So if you want to flash out your teammates next time, might as well use the lineup rather than hoping your flashbang is going to hit the enemy. Another thing that XANTARES is demonstrating really, really nicely is a 1v1 clutch versus Lekro, where he spotted, the enemy knows where he's at, XANTARES roughly knows where he's at as well, yet he just doesn't make steps or sounds anymore. Notice how he just holds his shift down in that 1v1, making the exact pre-aim location not known. He just stays calm. You don't need to freak out when your spot is known. You don't need to freak out when the enemy knows where you're at. You can calmly play it as well. Ladies and gentlemen, I know it's a very common smoke, but the Xbox jump throw smoke, quick from having a good spawn on T-spawn. Please remember that. Put yourself against the wall, aim like shown, jump throw, success. An Xbox smoke on Dust 2 is very, very, very vital. There's a lot more variations to this. I'm not going to show all of the variations right now, but this one is the one that XANTARES uses a lot as well. That flash is also very useful. A flash to retake A long when you have a player out blue, just left click throw if needed. Notice how he doesn't throw the flashbang though, because his teammate most likely outside of long already at the blue box called that he doesn't need it. What do we learn from that? Don't throw your utility away just for random things. How often did you end up in a clutch situation or in a retake situation where you didn't have the utility needed anymore because you just randomly threw it somewhere at the beginning of the round? Just ask yourself that question a couple more times when you're playing next time, and then think twice about throwing that one flashbang that is probably going to be really useless. Here's another little lineup flash that XANTARES is using a couple of times on long A. When you put yourself into that corner, aim as shown on the screen right now, and then you just jump throw it again. It perfectly pops in the sky, it just has a really good timing, basically unpredictable. It's always good to know flashes that are 100% hitting the target that you actually want to hit. And this is one of them. Here's a deep CT smoke from short that is really easy to learn and really quick to throw. On the CT half, this is what I could find. When he rotates from long to short, he always uses the box and the ledge way, just like shown here. That way, if somebody would be up short directly that he wouldn't be prepared for, he's not really caged into a fight, but he's able to quickly escape just by dropping down CT. XANTARES also shows us the Dust 2 defaults. The A player always smokes mid to B. It's not the B player, not the mid player. One of the 3 A players has to spare his smoke, so his teammates can cross to B. Here's also a lineup for the long support flash. I think I can't really count the times anymore that a long player doesn't know how to properly flash. Put yourself into the corner, aim like shown, left click throw, profit. That flashbang just perfectly blinds anybody coming out of long / peeking from long. Learn that lineup, simple, easy, and it's going to be one of the most effective ones that you can always use on your Dust 2 pucks if you're playing A. And then to take long at one point, he also shows us a really nice Molotov and a flash combination from a car to take long. And that was it. Those are the key things that XANTARES shows us on Dust 2 when it comes to pugs. When it comes to match with teammates that you usually do not play with. Things that you can use, things that you can do, just small little details to make you win the match. I hope you enjoyed the video, everybody. I do have a couple of more players lined up that I would like to take a look at. For instance, I feel like simple Mirage AWPing in window, that could be really helpful. So let me know what you think of this type of video, and I'm gonna see you in the next one. Thank you very much for watching. Hey, if you enjoyed the video, please do not forget to leave a like, a comment, and subscribe with the bell so you will be notified when I upload new videos. Thank you.